You're listening to News Talk 1340 WJRW. John Gonzalez, MLive.com, the Grand Rapids Press, and the Going Gonzo Radio Show weekdays at 1 o'clock. Judy is our producer, and Judy, I'm looking through the list of Michigan's, or actually the country's biggest pizza chains.
Oh.
So right now I'm kind of getting ready for my big search for Michigan's best pizza.
So are you not going to visit the chain ones?
No, I have a plan. Well, which I'll debut that tomorrow.
Okay.
Which means I got to get it approved by the boss first.
Oh.
But I have an idea how to handle the chains in our search for Michigan's best pizza.
How do you? I don't know how you're going to do that.
I have no idea. But you know what? That's for tomorrow for me to worry about. I'm just doing research today. And we have a couple of guests in the studio, Delilah DeWylde, and, of course, Jay from the Fuzzrights. How you doing?
Good.
Good morning.
Favorite pizzas for you guys?
You know, I am really partial to, like, any wood-fired pizza.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of my thing.
That's a good thing.
I don't know if I would know the difference. I'm not.
Oh, you would?
I would?
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, just put it in front of me, I'll eat it.
I just graduated from college, and I just eat anything, right?
Shut up. Anything free.
My best pizza in town is Paradise Pizza in Alto.
Oh, really?
It's very traditional, almost New York.
New York style.
It has the best sauce. Insane sauce.
I have not been
there. I drive
there.
like 8 miles to go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of, we're getting nominations right now from all over the state of Michigan. And in Grand Rapids, we're getting everything from Fred's to Brick Road to Salvatore's. And they're flooding in right now. So if you want to nominate your favorite pizza place, do that on MLive.com. Delilah DeWylde and the Lost Boys. Guys, it seems like you guys are playing out everywhere. What's going on with you guys these days?
Well, we've had a busy summer, and of course it's going to probably be a busy fall and winter. And one of the best things about fall, of course, is Halloween.
Yeah.
So.
We're going to talk, we got a big Halloween show coming up on Thursday. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about your group. How long have you guys been together now?
You know, we started in the summer of 2004.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's been a while.
9 long years.
And Mr. Jay here from the Fuzzrights actually was in the band. From what, late 04 to...
Early 05 through, 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you guys in a small club on Leonard a long time ago, and I'm like, man, these guys rock.
Probably Jukes.
Yeah, it was.
Remember that place?
Been me there, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, these guys rock. And of course, since then everyone knows you with the big stand-up bass and everything you do, the craziness that you ensue everywhere. You're kind of legendary in these parts. She was like, I'm going to
own it. Shrug on the radio.
Yeah, that was your shrug.
I can't shrug. Yeah, I was shrugging.
No, but when you look at the local market, in those 9 years, and I've been here in Grand Rapids for 23 years now, the local music scene has changed, has come and gone, but I appreciate music like you guys do because you just stick with it. I mean, I'm sure there were some times you thought, you know what, is this worth it?
I don't know if I ever thought that, but I don't think I really cared if people got it or not. When the Lost Boys started, we were doing straight up old school country stuff.
And instrumental surf.
Right, and there weren't too many people doing that, but we didn't care because that's what we liked.
When you say straight up old country, like what are you talking about?
We were seriously in the style of Hank Williams Sr.
Really?
Yeah. And we were very heavily influenced by probably Buck Owens and the Bakersfield era.
I love that music.
Yeah, it's like almost pre-drums country was what we were playing, but we had drums,
Yeah. Well, what made you do that, Delilah?
Well, in the 90s when I got into playing upright bass with Dangerville, when I left that group, I was with Dangerville probably 8 years and started the Lost Boys. I was now fronting the band, so I had no idea what my voice was. I don't know if I can sing rockabilly stuff, but I kind of like this old country stuff. That's kind of where my voice gravitated to.
Right.
So that was kind of the basis of how it started.
And over the years, how's it changed? How's the sound changed?
Well, when we started with Jay playing steel with us, the old style lap steel, not the pedal steel, gives it much of an older sound. We did that old school thing for quite a while until maybe a year maybe after you left. We had a few fill-in guys, and then we started doing a weekly show at Viceroy.
Right.
We didn't have a steel player. And Mark said, why don't you do this Rockabilly Wednesday thing? So we played every Wednesday for almost a year. And, well, since we were a trio, we just went back to doing Rockabilly. So
And
we've kind of just stayed in that vein, and our last CD was just, as a trio.
In fact, speaking of your last CD, I have it out in front of me right now. It is called Win My Love, and it was part of Art Prize as well, right?
Yeah, last year's Art Prize.
Well, in fact, let's play some of Win My Love here on the Going Gonzo Show on News Talk 1340 WJRW.
If you want to win my love, make no mistakes. If you want to win my love, you better give, not take. If you want to win my love, don't be a sorry fool. If you want to win my love, it's up to you.
That sounds fantastic. I love it.
We had a really good time recording that with Michael Crittenden here on the west side of Grand Rapids.
Sure, I know that John Sinkovich on Local Spins here with Dave Jekinette every Wednesday. I know you've been on the show as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see great local music, good people that know how to record a CD.
Yeah, for sure.
And great quality. I mean, I think a lot of people in the local market, those listening right now, going, you know what? I've never heard a local CD. I mean, there are those out there.
Yeah.
They go and they just punch their radio, or they hear what's on TV, or the latest YouTube thing, and they just don't realize the quality of work that's being done right here in Grand Rapids.
That's absolutely true, and it's what's great about the local TV stations. They got involved with the local music downtown during Art Prize, and people would contact us through Facebook and say, hey, I saw you on Wood TV. I've never heard of you before. I'm like, well, I've been around a long time, but thank you. When
people come out to see Delilah DeWylde and the Lost Boys, what kind of crowd is it? Is it a young crowd, old crowd, medium crowd? What do you get?
It's pretty mixed in ages. I would say, we have a pretty good, solid following in the baby boomer folks.
Yeah.
I mean, this is music kind of their childhood.
Yeah.
Of the late 50s, early 60s. But we love doing the all ages festivals.
You do a lot of festivals.
I love festivals.
Yeah.
Festivals really treat bands very well. The pay is usually better.
Right.
The crowd is just different. You're not playing in the loading out at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's typically a little earlier. You don't have to play as long. You don't have to fill 4 hours. You just do
3 sets or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're not doing 3 or 4 sets, which is, getting harder to do as you get older. Yeah. At least for me it is.
Jay, when you left the band, what did you start doing after that?
I took a little break. I had a small baby and a 3-year-old at home at the time.
Yeah.
And I was working a full-time job, and it was, with her workload, it was just gutting me to keep it up. And I was telling no to her too many times for gigs.
Yeah.
And it was like, I got to let you go.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
That's going to be tough, though, because a lot of people are in the same place as you, and they're raising a family, got a job, they're doing music because they love it, but then something's got to give.
Right. Yeah, it was getting to be too much. And I took probably about a year break, and then Dick Chicklett asked me to join the Fuzzrights, and we worked, I think it was right around that same time we started up. And we don't work very often. We play select festivals, occasional holiday shows. I mean, we probably only play out 6-8 times a year, but it's always, good quality shows.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming in. In fact, we're going to stick around for a little longer because we're going to talk about this big show you have coming up here at Founders on Halloween night. I can't wait to tell the listeners. We kind of teased it yesterday and gave away some of the information, but we had a couple of people asked us, what? Delilah DeWylde's doing what?
Right.
And I can't wait to tell you all about that. We're going to get to these guys here in a second. We're going to take a little break right now on the Going Gonzo Show on News Talk 1340 WJRW. You're listening to News Talk 1340 WJRW. John Gonzalez, the Going Gonzo Show, weekdays at 1 o'clock. That song is Burn It Up. Delilah DeWylde and the Lost Boys here on News Talk 1340 WJRW. Delilah is in the studio with us along with her friend Jay from the Fuzzrights. How you guys doing? Good?
Marvelous.
Lovely. Thank you.
Let's play this music all the time, right?
I know, isn't this fun?
You should just play. Judy, just keep the CD, all right? Don't give it back to him.
No, you can have it. I got more.
We'll just play this every day. We should play it all the
Sign
time. You have a big show coming up Halloween, and I'm so glad you reached out to me. And we follow each other on Facebook. We're friends on
That's
Facebook.
right.
And
We stalk each other.
yeah, we do.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, you know what? Come on.
Facebook friends.
Oh, hey, look at James the Game Gemmel just walked in.
Hey.
Hey, James. I know you're a big fan of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
How's it going?
Good,
I'm
yeah.
President of Fuzz Rights, and Mr. Wild here, who is known to stand on bass.
Stand on the bass.
I have been known, yes.
Yes, indeed.
People know that so much from you, don't they?
Yeah.
That's your signature.
Which is funny to me because it's kind of, I mean, here's a secret. It's kind of a bar trick, really. I mean, it is. It doesn't take really a whole lot of talent except, balancing.
Yeah.
And it really has to do with how far the peg is out from the body. But when I try to explain that to people, they don't care. They're
They
just
don't.
like, we just like it. We
Yeah.
don't care how you do it.
They don't want to see the man behind.
No,
They don't want to
They
see
don't
it.
want the behind the scenes.
As long
so,
as you're not drinking, you'll be okay.
So for everybody listening, it's magic.
That's right. Hey, you mentioned off the air, you have some special thing coming up for Christmas?
We do. Last year, actually, our friend Patrick, who produces our vinyl, yes, we have vinyl.
Judy, hear
He
that?
recorded 4 Christmas songs, and we released them 100 copies on green vinyl, and they sold out, I think, in a week.
Really?
Yep. So this year we decided to re-release it on red vinyl, and they will be
Nice.
available. We're telling people November 1st, but we might bring some with us on Halloween. It just depends.
Well, you
if we
need
have
to
the room.
when you do bring them in here, because we'd love to give a couple away to our listeners, because that'll be a hot commodity and hot Christmas seller. So
Yeah, it was a fun Christmas gift.
Yeah,
People really
great.
got into it, so that was really cool.
great gift. Speaking of Halloween, when we contacted each other over Facebook, you said, "Hey, Gonzo, got this cool event happening on Halloween," and I kept reading this little story you put together. Did you write that?
I wrote that, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I tried
just-
to make it editorial.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job. And I was reading through this, I'm going like, okay, so the way the story goes, and I won't steal all your thunder.
No, you can.
You're like, so Gonzo was hanging out backstage with Cheap Trick at a festival in Muskegon, and kind of one thing led to another. And where you took it, I just cannot believe it. Why don't you pick up the story there, meeting the guys of Cheap Trick in Muskegon?
Yes, we met them at the Coast West Music Fest. We played on I would say the smaller stage earlier in the evening. And for those of you who went to Coast West, it was a beautiful week in July. Except for Tuesday, it rained almost all day and all night. That's the night we were there.
It always happens that way.
Right. So after our show, we opened basically for the Polyphonic Spree and put away our gear, and the staff had invited us to the hospitality tent. They said, hey, all the bands in the festival have access to, the food and the drink backstage, and it's a nice setup back there. So we're like, cool, we'll go have some dinner, we'll hang out. We didn't even think we would see anybody. The big stage featured Foghat and Cheap Trick, and all of us are fans of Cheap Trick, especially our guitar player, Lee Harvey. So anyway, we're backstage, and we had just finished eating, and Lee Harvey elbows Dan and I, and he's like, oh my God, over there, look. It's Rick Nielsen. Oh my God. He was like ready to pee. He was so excited. And we're like, oh my God, it's really him. And of course, Rick, sees us looking at him. And he had just strolled in with an umbrella, and he took the umbrella down and pointed it at us. And on the top of the umbrella was like a middle finger. And we all start laughing, and he starts laughing. Anyway, so we get to talking to him, and he was just the coolest guy.
He is. He's
and
something else.
That's why they will just always be the greatest band in the world to us, because, they're nice. So they get it. They're just like us.
And if anyone needs any kind of reminder who Cheap Trick is, Judy, why don't you play a little snippet of one of their classic songs? So everyone knows that song.
Right.
Everyone had that album back in the day.
Yeah, the younger kids, they probably heard the song, maybe didn't know who it was. But, Cheap Trick, they're still around. They're still rocking out. And, so we were backstage during the show, kind of on the stage left side. A lot of musicians in town know who Al McAvoy is. He's a local guy.
Sure,
he was
big guy.
producing the sound that evening, so we were kind of by the soundboard on the monitor side. And during the show, Robin Zander would walk up to us and, make crack jokes during the song and then take a drink of water and walk back out. And Rick walked up to us at one point, because he was asking us about our band. And he walked right up to me and he goes, hey, we need a bass player. And then he just walked away. And we're also laughing. It was so funny. So he was cracking jokes with us during the show. It just meant a lot to us that they took the time to be nice to us and, not say, get out of here, you,
Sure.
who are you, rockabilly people, you know.
Now, how does this connect with Halloween?
Okay, so I always take too long to tell a story.
No.
Keep me on track, that's
All right.
good. So about August, we're talking about Halloween. We always get so excited about Halloween, and what are we going to do this year? And Lee Harvey says, I think it would be fun to dress like Rick Nielsen, because I think I could pull it off.